Hi students, in last video I explained motion in one dimension. Under that I explained the physical quantity distance and displacement. And in today's video I am going to explain some more physical quantities like speed, velocity and acceleration. Let us see what is speed. Speed of a moving particle is defined as the distance covered per unit time. This is a definition of speed, and we can write the formula of speed, that is speed is equal to distance covered divided by time taken. It is a scalar having unit meter per second and is always positive. Speed is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity means it is a quantity which is having only magnitude. It is not having any direction. So speed is a scalar quantity. It is having only magnitude and its unit is meter per second because its formula speed is equal to distance covered by time taken. Unit of distance it is meter and unit of time that is second. So you get the unit of speed as meter per second. And the speed you get always in positive. Speed is uniform if moving object covers equal distance in equal intervals of time. Speed is uniform. Speed you get in uniform when object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. If the distances are equal for the equal time interval, then you get speed in uniform. For a non-uniform motion means the speed is non-uniform, means that object covers unequal distances in unequal intervals of time. The distance and times are unequal. For that non-uniform motion, we define average speed as the ratio of the total distance travelled to the total time taken. In case of non-uniform motion, you can find the average speed using a formula, that is average speed is equal to total distance travelled divided by total time taken. There you have to find total distance and also you have to find total time. Then you have to divide total distance divided by total time taken. Then you will get the average speed. Next quantity is velocity. Velocity of a body is defined as the rate of its displacement. So we can write the formula of velocity as velocity is equal to displacement by time. Velocity is a vector whose SI unit is meter per second. Velocity is a vector quantity. Vector quantity means it is a quantity which is having both magnitude and direction. Here velocity is vector quantity because velocity formula it is displacement by time. Displacement having direction, so velocity also having direction because velocity is directly proportional to displacement. So velocity having direction, so you get velocity in vector. Velocity is a vector whose SI unit is meter per second. Here you can see the formula of velocity. Their velocity is equal to displacement by time. Their unit of displacement is meter and the unit of time is second. So you get the SI unit of velocity as meter per second. And velocity is said to be uniform. Here also you can get velocity in uniform when if both its magnitude and direction remain unchanged. Okay, so in velocity is said to be uniform if both its magnitude and direction remains unchanged. If both magnitude and direction of velocity remains same, then you get velocity in uniform. There you get uniform velocity. Otherwise you will get non-uniform velocity. Velocity in non-uniform. For that non-uniform motion, you can find average velocity, and that average velocity is defined as the ratio of total displacement and total time taken. That is average velocity, which is equal to total displacement divided by time taken. This is a formula to calculate average velocity. Velocity of a body at any instant of time is called its instantaneous velocity. The average velocity we are finding for some time interval, but here in instantaneous velocity we are finding velocity at particular instant of time. At particular time you are finding velocity, that is called as instantaneous velocity. So we can define instantaneous velocity as velocity of a body at any instant of time is called as its instantaneous velocity. Next, we'll see the important features of speed and velocity. Speed is a scalar quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Speed having a only magnitude, but velocity having both magnitude and direction. So speed is a scalar quantity, velocity is a vector quantity. Velocity can be negative, 0 or positive, but speed is never negative. Speed is always positive. Velocity can get it in negative sign or positive sign, or you can get it 0. But for a motion, speed is always positive. Speed is never negative. You can't get speed in negative sign. Next, third feature, if motion takes place in the same direction, then the average speed and average velocity are the same. If the direction of motion is same, if motion takes place in the same direction, then the average speed and average velocity are the same. Next feature, if a particle moves in two equal intervals of time at different speeds, v1 and v2 respectively, then its average velocity we can find v average is equal to v1 plus v2 divided by 2. If a particle moves in two equal intervals of time, so that time intervals are equal but the speed are different, they are v1 and v2, for that average velocity which is equal to, we can find the average velocity of that particle, that is using formula v1 plus v2 divided by 2. Then we'll see the next physical quantity, that is acceleration. Acceleration of a particle is defined as the rate of change of velocity. We can write the formula of acceleration as acceleration which is equal to change in velocity divided by time taken. And this acceleration is a vector quantity having a unit meter per second square. So this acceleration that is having direction, because acceleration that depends on velocity. Acceleration is directly proportional to change in velocity. So their velocity is having direction. Velocity is a vector quantity. So acceleration is also vector quantity. And its unit of acceleration, meter per second square. Unit of acceleration, that is meter per second square. So that you obtain when you put the unit of velocity and time in the acceleration formula, there you get meter per second, because change in velocity, it's having a unit of meter per second, and time taken, that is having a unit of second. So meter per second divided by second, which gives meter per second square. That is the SI unit of acceleration. And this acceleration may be uniform or variable. Uniform or non-uniform. So acceleration of a particle is said to be uniform when we can call the acceleration of particle as uniform if the velocity of the particle changes by equal amount in equal intervals of time, however small the intervals may be. Acceleration of a particle is said to be uniform if the change in velocity are equal for equal time interval. Otherwise, the acceleration is said to be variable if particle changes unequal velocity in unequal intervals of time, then we can call acceleration of a particle is uniform, non-uniform. Next comes constant acceleration. Constant acceleration means it is a uniform acceleration having the same direction of velocity is called constant acceleration. Example, acceleration due to gravity is g. Next comes equations of motion of bodies with constant acceleration. You know the equations of motion. So I will tell you once again. You already studied it in your lower class. I will just tell you those formulas. The following symbols are used with reference to equations of motion. First one is u. U is a initial velocity. In that equations of motion, the u means initial velocity, a means uniform acceleration, v means final velocity, then s is a distance travelled in time t, and t is the time interval for which motion is considered. And those formulas are, first one is v is equal to u plus at. So velocity at time t, that is the final velocity, you can find using formula v is equal to u plus at. Then second formula, s is equal to ut plus half at square. The distance s travelled in time t, that you can find using formula s is equal to ut plus half at square. Next third formula, it is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So their velocity acquired in travelling a distance s. That is final velocity v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Next comes important features of uniform motion. Uniform motion is a straight line motion with constant velocity. That velocity is constant. In uniform motion, second feature, in uniform motion, displacement and distance are equal. The distance and displacement are equal. Then third feature, no net force is required for an object to be in uniform motion. Next one, the velocity in uniform motion does not depend upon the time interval. In this uniform motion, the velocity in uniform motion does not depend upon the time interval. The velocity in uniform motion is independent of choice of origin. In this uniform motion, the velocity in uniform motion is independent of choice of origin. Next we see what is uniform motion. So a particle is said to be in uniform motion if it has equal displacements in equal intervals of time, however small these intervals may be. Then distance Sn travel during n second, you can find using formula Sn is equal to u plus a into n minus half. And also another formula, acceleration in terms of distance traveled in two consecutive equal intervals of time, that you can find using formula A is equal to s2 minus s1 divided by t square. Next topic, that is motion under gravity from a height. Any body dropped moves towards the earth with nearly constant acceleration. Its motion is an example of one-dimensional motion under gravity. This acceleration is the same for all bodies which are dropped and independent of their size, mass or composition, and is called acceleration due to gravity. That acceleration due to gravity, it is always directed towards the center of the earth and is denoted by small letter g. The equation of motion for a freely falling body are obtained by replacing a by g in equation of motion, that already I said those equations. So the equation of motion for freely falling body are obtained by replacing term small letter a by small letter g. That is, for a body falling freely under gravity, so first equation there it is v is equal to u plus at, but here for a body falling freely under gravity, there a changes to g, so you get equation, first equation, that is v is equal to u plus gt. And the second equation is s is equal to ut plus half at square. Here it comes s is equal to ut plus half gt square. And third equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2a. Yes, but here their formula becomes v square is equal to u square plus 2gh. And for a body rising vertically against gravity, for an object which is rising vertically against gravity, for those equation of motion become v is equal to u minus gt. There a is replaced by minus g. So you get first equation of motion, that is v is equal to u minus gt. And second equation, you have s is equal to ut plus half at square. There also a is replaced by minus g because body is rising vertically against gravity. So there a replaced by minus g. So second equation become s is equal to ut minus half gt square. And third equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Here also a is replaced by minus g. So v square is equal to u square minus 2gh. Okay, and the third last equation, fourth one, Sn is equal to distance. You can find using formula u is equal to Sn is equal to u plus half a 2n minus 1. So there a is replaced by minus g. So s is equal to u minus half g into 2n minus 1. So these are all about motion in one dimension.